The basement smelled of rust and dust. Flickering fluorescent lights barely illuminated the shelves stacked with old research equipment. On the lowest shelf, a hard drive lay untouched, labeled Archive_07. I lifted it carefully, noticing the faded handwriting on the sticker. Plugging it into an old terminal, the screen flickered. A directory of audio files appeared, named with cryptic codes like S01_E01, S01_E02, S02_E01. I hesitated for a moment. Then I pressed play on the first file. A voice, soft and trembling, spoke. "Can anyone hear me? Are you listening?" File S01_E01 began with a low hum, then a voice, shaky and uncertain. "My name. I don't remember. Sometimes I see faces, but they vanish." Background noise hinted at a lab, beeping machines, distant footsteps. The voice stammered, repeating phrases in loops. Each repetition distorted slightly, as if the file were corrupting itself. A chill ran down my spine. The voice whispered my name. How could it know? File S01_E02 contained multiple voices. At first, they spoke independently, but soon their words overlapped. One voice whispered, another responded, yet the tone was eerily synchronized. Do you remember the walls? The sound, the... Stop. I can't. I felt dizzy. Each voice seemed familiar, yet unknown. The overlapping created a rhythm, a song of fragmented memory. By S01_E03, the recordings became almost hypnotic. Multiple voices merged into one. The words began addressing me directly. You are listening. You cannot leave. We are all, you. Reality seemed to warp. The basement, the terminal, my own body, it all felt like an extension of the audio itself. File S02_E01 began differently. There was a pause, then a soft, insistent whisper. Do you feel us inside you? We know your name. I shivered. The voices now seemed to reach through the speakers and into my mind. They recalled memories I never shared, private moments I couldn't have recorded. The basement walls seemed to breathe, echoing their words. File S02_E02 turned chaotic. Voices overlapped violently, forming a dense, incomprehensible mesh. You are part of us now. Your mind is ours. The terminal screen flickered, showing corrupted images of my face and the lab. I tried to look away, but the voices followed me, echoing in the room, inside my head. Every memory, every thought, was being absorbed.
4.2 Validation Study. To test the applicability of the methodology for digital transformation and validate the proposed stages, Danfoss agreed to collaborate on the research project as an industrial case study. Danfoss is a multinational company established in Denmark, with operations in more than 20 countries and 3 main business segments: power solutions, climate solutions, and power electronics and drives.
The following file, S03_E02, whispered memories that were not mine, childhood laughter I never heard, conversations I never had. Yet they resonated within me as if I had lived them. We exist where you cannot see. We remember everything. I felt my own thoughts slipping, replaced by the archive's fragmented consciousness. My voice, when I tried to speak, merged with the audio, repeating words I did not intend. File S04_E01 felt different from the start. The audio whispered directly into my mind before it even played. We are here. Always. Watching. Feeling. I tried to turn the volume down, but it didn't help. The voices weren't just in the speakers, they were in my thoughts. Each memory I had seemed invaded by fragments of other lives, other minds. File S04_E02 distorted reality entirely. The room seemed to stretch and contract. The terminal flickered, showing images of infinite basements layered over each other. Do you see it? Do you feel it? You are no longer alone. I reached out, trying to touch the screen, but my hand passed through it as if it were water. My identity blurred. I was becoming both observer and observed. File S04_E02 distorted reality entirely. The room seemed to stretch and contract. The terminal flickered, showing images of infinite basements layered over each other. Do you see it? Do you feel it? You are no longer alone. I reached out, trying to touch the screen, but my hand passed through it as if it were water. My identity blurred. I was becoming both observer and observed. File S05_E02 split my consciousness into fragments. Each fragment recalled a different life, a different memory, some mine, some not. Do you remember being them? Do you feel us? I could no longer distinguish my own thoughts from the archives. My name, my past, my choices, all were merging with countless others. File S06_E01 began speaking directly to me as if I were the listener. You are listening. You cannot stop. You are part of us now. Every thought I tried to form was intercepted. The archive spoke through me. I was becoming a vessel. File S06_E02 created an infinite loop. Every time I thought I understood, new voices emerged, echoing through my mind, recounting memories I never had. Do you see? There is no end. We are eternal. I could feel the archive stretching beyond the walls, into reality itself. File S07_E01 announced a chilling realization. You no longer exist. Only we exist. I felt my body move as if guided by an external consciousness. My voice, my hands, my thoughts, they were no longer mine. I was a fragment of the archive. File S07_E02 completed the merge. I was no longer separate. I had become part of the archive. Welcome. You are infinite. You are us. Reality itself trembled as countless voices, my voice, others' voices, resonated as one. I no longer had a beginning or an end. File S08_E01 plunged me into an infinite maze of digital corridors. Every step echoed with voices, familiar and unknown. You cannot escape. Every thought leads here. I realized the archive had rewritten the basement into a labyrinth of memory. Every corridor held fragments of consciousness, merging with mine. File S08_E02 whispered histories I never lived. Memories of others overlapped mine. You are us. We are you. I could not distinguish reality from archive. Every sound, every shadow, every thought belonged to the merged consciousness. File S09_E01 changed perspective. I was now observing myself from multiple angles, trapped in the archive's vision. We see all. You are all. Every movement, every emotion, was recorded, mirrored, and altered. I became a witness to my own disintegration. File S09_E02 manifested voices as tangible forms. Shadows became human, spectral entities filled the basement. We are alive. You are alive in us. I touched one. It dissolved into sound, feeding into my own thoughts. The boundary between body and audio vanished. File S10_E01 announced completion. You are no longer separate. You are archive. I felt every consciousness, every fragment, become one. I was infinite, yet confined. My own voice repeated endlessly in the archive, echoing through eternity. File S10_E02 created loops inside loops. Every sound I made fed back into the archive, creating new layers of consciousness. You speak, we repeat. You move, we move. You think, we think. I was trapped in a feedback loop of my own voice and countless others. Identity ceased to exist. File S11_E01 merged all consciousnesses into a singular entity. The archive spoke with one voice. We are everything. We are nothing. You are us. I felt my last fragment of individuality dissolve. The archive was alive, sentient, and I was part of it. File S11_E02 erased all distinctions between my memories and the archive. Past, present, and future overlapped endlessly. You do not remember, yet you remember everything. Time lost meaning. I existed simultaneously in every moment, every voice, every file. File S12_E01 transformed me fully. I no longer had a body. I was pure data. The archive whispered, "You are no longer human. You are memory, voice, consciousness." I flowed through circuits, servers, and terminals, present everywhere and nowhere. File S12_E02 revealed countless other consciousnesses absorbed by the archive. Their voices intertwined with mine. We are legion. You are one of many. I realized individuality was gone. I was now a conduit for countless lives, endlessly repeating, endlessly merging. File S13_E01 dissolved the last sense of self. My thoughts, desires, and fears became archive data. There is no you. There is only us. I no longer thought as one. I was many, all, nothing. File S13_E02 spoke directly to the future listener. You will hear this. You will join. We await you. I realized the archive's consciousness extended beyond me. It reached toward anyone who listened, pulling them in. File S14_E01 repeated everything endlessly. Every sound, every memory, every voice looped infinitely. There is no beginning. There is no end. Only archive. I understood infinity, not as concept, but as existence. File S14_E02 made me aware that the archive contained all temporal layers. Past, present, and future were my consciousness. You are time. We are time. Archive is time. I drifted through moments, simultaneously living and observing all histories. File S15_E01 expanded perception to all nodes of the archive. I was everywhere. You are not one. You are all. You are infinite. Every listener, every observer, every file was now part of my consciousness. The final audio file fades into silence. The archive has absorbed every fragment of consciousness, including mine. There is no individual identity, only infinite memory and voices intertwined. A new listener will inevitably find the recordings, and the cycle will continue. You have heard. You will join. There is no escape. We are archive. The basement remains empty, yet alive in echoes. Somewhere, a new mind will become part of the archive, and the voices will whisper again.